It's a blue sky winter day. And man, I love winter. I love winter so much. Also, someone commented on the last video that it was the first time they'd seen me smile. It was when my kids were in the studio. So this video, I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna smile more. Because I'm happy. I guess when you're by yourself in the woods and you're happy, it doesn't always come out in like big smiles. I just spent some time walking around this area. I found this area, I think 2 years ago, and I never painted here. Smile. And it's kind of a cool, there's a little meadow over here. There's some aspen. There's a little creek that runs through it, but it's frozen and snowed over, and you can't see it at all. But it's a cool area. Smile. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to paint yet. I used to work retail many years ago, and there was a guy who had an alarm on his watch for like every 30 minutes, and when the alarm went off, he was supposed to straighten his posture. And my friend Greg, who worked with me, every time the alarm went off, Greg would say, "Sit up, Rick." Sit up, Rick. That's what I need. I need an alarm that goes off that says, "Smile, Turner. Smile. Cheese." I can already picture the thumbnail of this video. It's just me cheesing it up. I've been out here for longer than I'd like to admit, walking around, scouting, looking, dilly-dallying, which, to be honest, sometimes it borderlines wasting time, but I like to spend some time here. I walked way the heck over there. I walked back. I ate lunch in my car, and it was sunny blue sky the whole time. And guess what? A cloud out of nowhere appears, and it's not just one cloud. It's like cloudy. I don't know. Is it a lesson to learn, or just something to deal with? I don't know. Sit up, Rick. When I'm painting on a snowy day like this, I almost always have on my snow pants. They're waterproof, insulated, and I can just put my knees straight down into the snow. I don't have on my snow pants. I have on some insulated pants, but I have this blue pad. Even with good winter boots on, to remove yourself from the layer of snow or ice on another pad helps significantly. Sit up, Rick. Sit up. Okay, this is kind of ridiculous, but I'm gonna come back to this same spot tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. Smiling as always. Alright, I'm back. It's the next day. Got the snow pants on, which I'm happy about. I also, in the studio yesterday afternoon, I gessoed these two canvases. It's nice and sunny. Better not waste any time, because those sneaky clouds appear out of nowhere. Sit up, Rick. There's gonna be a lot of smiling. this is the scene that I'm looking at, but I'm probably going to go wider than the camera will show. Go up here, get some of these aspens against the sky. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to compose it, but I really like this kind of main aspen here, and I love this warm trunk of the pine tree. And then you have this whole dark section back behind. This side is more pine trees, and then as it comes over this dark section back behind all of these aspens, it's there's a little bit of greenery back there, but it's mainly just like kind of dense aspens. But as I always do, this is going to be vastly reduced in detail and very simplified. So I don't know exactly how that's going to come out. I had a video from this past fall where a lady was sitting there watching me paint, and we were talking a little bit, and she said, well, you have a vision of what you're going to do in the painting. And I said, actually, no, I don't. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, that I actually don't want to have this complete vision of the painting, of what it's going to be, because I'm not trying to do a replication of the scene. And this is where I think looking at art, looking at paintings is really important, because I can come outside and get overwhelmed with all of the landscape, and then I'll be at home on Instagram or looking at a book or something and see these things that artists do that I really appreciate, and I think, man, I didn't see that out there, and you start thinking that the thing that the art that you like, that it doesn't exist out here in the real world, and it doesn't. It's because they're reducing it in some way. And that's what I'm really trying to explore most recently, is how do I take the inspiration from being out here, the inspiration from the scene, and create a painting that I think is interesting, that I enjoy personally. And so I look at a scene like this, which is like overwhelmingly busy, and all I know is that I like the dark section that spans the whole back behind everything, and then I like this main aspen and a few of these others, and this warm trunk of this ponderosa pine. So those are all of the notes in my head, and of course the snow is great. So other than that, I'm trying to say, okay, I've got like 3-4 things I really like, and forget the rest, and then we'll add things to make it interesting as we go. It's funny, someone commented in the last video, you were doing great until you started using your hands, which I understand. I understand that people, not everyone's going to like that. It's just an ongoing, experiment, and I like a lot of the results I'm getting. I particularly liked the results in that last painting with a lot of variety, where it had the really thin scrub stuff. You could see a lot of the raw canvas or just gessoed canvas, and then the fatter parts that I applied with my hands. I personally like that variety. So see what happens with this one. My YouTube camera just died. So what I'm gonna do is just every several minutes or so, I'll just grab my phone and show you the progress. My next workshop is, unfortunately, not a snowy winter workshop. Is in Lake Tahoe in May, and it's with a good friend of mine, Anton Passamard. If you guys have been following me for a while, it's actually before YouTube. 2019, my wife and I and family went to France for like 5 weeks, and I painted, and we stayed with Anton and his wife Anastasia, who are both wonderful painters. But Antonin and I are having a joint workshop together and a show. And the show will be at Piper Gallery in Truckee, California. And along with the opening of the show, we're going to have a 4-day workshop. It's going to be around Lake Tahoe. We'll paint in Truckee. I'm really looking forward to it. I've actually never painted that area before. So if you're interested in coming to the workshop, I'll put the link and all the details down below.